Okay, so I had been meaning to make a follow-up review of the Chaya skates. So right here, I already customized them. I don't know why I can't leave things alone. So I painted this purple with acrylic, so it's gonna probably scratch off since this area already scrapes off a bit. And I added some like little details right here, and then I patched this up with a UFO because I love alien aesthetics or whatever. And then I had like the long laces, so I ended up just cutting them so that it wouldn't wrap around, because when I was using them with the long laces I would wrap it up around here, but it would end up coming to my ankle, whatever. So anyway, this is just gonna be a follow-up because the last video I had posted was like my first reaction, so like my first time at the skate park with them. But now I've actually been trying to use these a lot more, mainly because my current wheels on my jacks, they just got super grimy that they slide around, like they're so slippery because of the buildup, and I've been so lazy to take out the bearings so that I could clean them. So I put some outdoor light up wheels on them right now, and these I took them to the park. So I do want to share various clips. I'll probably put some time slots so that you could see how I feel with them on the street, how I feel with them at the skate park, and then a street skate, I guess, whatever. So my thoughts after using them a couple times this past week is that I think it still does feel weird without the heel. Like that's the biggest thing for me, but after a while you do get used to it. Well, that's not the biggest thing for me, let me wait up. But after a while you do get used to it, and I kind of want to be more familiar with the flat shoe again, because I don't know if derby's gonna come back, roller derby, but hopefully it does, and I don't want to feel too like shocked after not having used a non-heel. And I feel like you get so used to the heel, like the heel does a lot for you and your balance and your positioning. But this one, like once you get like the feeling down, you're able to feel more comfortable. So personally I felt like I was getting more air. Hey, would land flat, like instead of with a heel you land a certain way. I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels different. Like I feel in full control of how I land. So yeah, like that. The biggest thing for me, so when I took it to the park, the pumping, at first I was kind of like scared to stall. So the drop in, I do that 1 2 3 stall that I have a video on here. But when I drop in, I do put my skate on the coping, and I think this forces me to drop in fast because sometimes I hang out in the coping like but now I just feel like because I don't like how the block feels, because it's kind of angled right here. The dropping in, I just kind of like 1 2 and then I go in. And at first I wasn't installing that well because, you know, this is like centered more towards like the inside of your shoe, your feet, like the inside. So at first my stalls were kind of like but after a while, like I knew how to position myself, like my feet, how to land, and I would like kind of like jump onto the coping, so I did get comfortable. And I did try some slides on this. I didn't record the best ones, I guess. I got nervous because of the camera, but my slides were better on these because like I guess it's less, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like I want to go to the skate park again and try them, and I'm probably gonna keep using this skate. What else? So the block is not my favorite, and like the bad thing is, before I started using these again, was that I had Wild Bones blocks. What happened, mamas? My cats. So before I had Wild Bones blocks on my old lollies, and then because I got the jacks and I started using them with disco blocks, I wanted to put the bones on here. So I took out everything but this block. Oh my god, why is it here? This block is set up so that it is on the plate. I don't know how to describe it, but you take out all the trucks and the block is still there. And I think you have to use, where is it? I even like loosened this up and everything. But oh, and then you can take it out, but there's something when you take this out, there's something sticking out here, like a black piece. I guess securing this, but because of it I couldn't put another block. So in order to take out that piece, I think you have to take out the whole plate because it's under the plate. So yeah, like I have to stick with this block, but it's fine because in a way I feel like I do want to get rollerblades in the future. Just a shameless plug, I do have a kofi or coffee account, so if you want to buy me a coffee for $3, I'll link it down on the description, and that is gonna probably go towards buying more stuff for this channel, which one of them is rollerblades. But yeah, so anyway, I feel like the positioning of this, because it's angled, is helping me maybe get more comfortable with when I do get blades, because blades, I've seen that they have the inline, and then the aggressive blades have like kind of like this, how this sticks out right here. Some blades have this so that you could do like your grinds on that part. So I feel like this is kind of getting me ready in a way. I don't know. Anyway, I really like these skates. So at the skate park, it took me a while to get comfortable, but then I did get comfortable. And oh, another big thing that you don't feel on the lolly, so let me get my jacks. It's getting kind of hot today, but anyway, so I feel like with a heel, when I'm at the skate park, I kind of have, and I'm turning, so a pivot, like if I'm carving, I mean obviously depending on how loose or tight you have your trucks, it's easier, but it's still in a way you have to put some weight on the heel. So there's like some work. And then on the difference with this one is it's so subtle, but like because there is no heel, like your balance, how you position your feet, like when you're turning, you don't have to force it that much. So like you start pivoting your foot and then like you're already turned around. So I feel like the pivots are so much easier, and that's probably why flat shoes are better for roller derby, because I guess it's more agility. What else at the skate park? So yeah, I was getting more air, so when I would go in and then air out of the bowl, I didn't record that, but I was picking up air. And like I said, like because it's a flat shoe, I felt so much more like secure with my landings. What else? Okay, and then for street skating, so I took them to my mom's house, and the wheels I think are 92A, so as opposed to my bones that I'm using on the jacks, or before these light up ones, those are so hard that I couldn't. It's so like obviously you can't street skate with any hardness of wheel, and especially if you're more advanced already, the hardness, it's kind of easier for you to like maneuver it. But for me, like this one, a 92A is perfect for both street skating and park skating. And low-key, I'm kind of trying to get more into street skating, so finding like little spots, jumping off shit, grinding, like that's what I want to get into right now. And also because I am still staying away from people, and I live in LA, and this is like the #1 hot spot right now, and I don't trust people because people are still hanging out with so many people with their circles, and then those circles have circles, and it's like a huge circle. So whatever. But anyway, so these wheels are amazing, 92A. I kind of don't want to switch them out because I really like them, but maybe eventually I kind of want to get roller bone elites because I've heard of those. But maybe that's for my jacks, whatever. So these wheels are 92A. They're 59, so they're a little bit big, I guess. But I have no problem with like this size of a wheel. And then what else? So the Chayas come with this one, the one that you need that little L tool. So the toe stops stay secure. That's what I really like. And this says fuck. And then the other shoe has fuck off, so fuck off. My friend gave me that. And so yeah, so I guess like the biggest takeaway for me is that the plate, the block, you need to get used to it a little bit, because for example my disco blocks, there's so much space in them, and they're center, so there's so much space for you to land. And this one, if you land maybe too forced here, then like that's when I like twist a little bit my ankles. So I'll show some clips where like you could see my ankle moving around a little bit, but don't be like I always say this, but don't be afraid of non-boot style shoes or skates. So this is not, I wouldn't consider it too low because it is kind of like a mid-rise, so it does have some ankle support, but obviously not the best. So when I was like getting nervous on the block and like I would shake on the coping, my ankles were like, you know, moving or whatever. But don't always rely on like having a boot to feel secure. Make sure you're strengthening your ankles, and I'll insert some clips of some slalom skating I've been doing, and that's actually something that helps with agility and strengthening your ankles. And slalom skating, like it's really popular with inline, and there's like a whole like community around that. You could go through slalom skating hashtag and you'll see some amazing things. But I've just been messing around every now and then when I'm indoors, because I am doing the 365 challenge and I'm not always like trying to go to the skate park or have the energy to do that. So slalom is really, really cool for ankle agility, and I've tried it with these skates, and yeah, I really like the agility feeling of these skates. I'm gonna give you more I guess feedback on the skates as time goes on, because when I first got them, people were like, oh yeah, these tear so easily, and although like they do kind of scrape here, I guess it just depends on how you use them. When I do get out of the bowl, sometimes my non-lead foot drags out, so I don't pick it up. So, and then like I haven't tried it, but the toe caps, like because of this and like the thickness of the boot and then how far this is, sometimes you have to like see what will fit a Chaya skate. But I kind of want to keep it like this. I like the look of no toe caps. I don't really like the look of toe caps in general. I guess more shops are coming out with cuter ones like these, and other ones I've seen, like those clear ones I really like. But this, I'm gonna keep it alone. And then I've said this in the other video, this is very stiff, snug material, and when you tighten it up, you know, you feel secure. And I like that it has this, like the jacks, so that you pull it up when you're putting your skate on. I think I was pulling too hard, and hold up, it's not gonna, yeah, I tore like some of it. Look at my nails. So yeah, so I don't know, like I feel like now I'm leaning more towards these skates right now, but I really like them, and I think they run around 250, 240, and for an aggressive skating skate, I feel like this is the better recommendation. If I had to recommend someone between this one and the Moxie Lolly, like those were the only two options, I think it would for sure be this one. And the lollies, like I feel like they're kind of not as, they're really not supportive at all compared to the jacks. So these are still, probably more supportive. They're just not a boot or a high boot, and the plate is way better. Like I have not heard, and especially because Chaya manufactures this with the plate, I feel like it works better, and it's an overall stronger plate than getting a stock plate on a lolly and then getting different blocks on those. So yeah, I really like this skate. 10 out of 10 recommend. I feel like they're almost gonna be my more go-to than the jacks, but I will say, like, I'm still not 100% used to it. So I can do half caps now on my jacks, but I have not been able to do it on these skates. But I just need to go to the park more, and I haven't been able to, so I'm probably only going on the weekends nowadays. But yeah, I highly recommend these skates. And this is the Barbie Patin, but they also have Chaya Kismet different versions. So like the first edition was like the dark blue one, and then they have a similar Chaya skate. I'm not sure if they're Kismet skates, I don't know what the official name is, but I've seen the red ones and they pretty much look the same. So yeah, I recommend them, and for sure recommend them over the lolly skates. I'm not sure if I recommend them yet over a jack skate, but for sure over lollies. and they're less expensive than the lolly. The only thing is that I said in the other video is that they do run small. So these are an 8 and it says US 8, and usually when I get skates they're in men's sizes and I get a 6. My women's size is 7.5, and I thought buying these, because people were saying US 8, that's women's, so I bought these thinking they were gonna be a little bit big on me because they're an 8 and I usually wear 7.5, but it feels snug. So if anything, I would size up. Like if I was buying again, I would get an 8.5. So if you're a size 6, you should probably get a 7. So size up 1. But that's just my thoughts. So always look at the sizing chart on the website.